Hi, welcome back to Happy Hoppers Homestead. Today we are going to be canning black beans. The reason I started with this canning video is because this was the easiest thing for me to do. It was something that I could replace from the grocery store and not have to buy anymore. I still buy dried black beans, but they are pennies compared to what canned black beans are. So we are going to can our own black beans. This is 3 pounds. I'm not exactly sure how many jars it's going to fill, but we have 16 jars here. We may have to make 2 batches, but we'll do what we got to do. So we have our rings here. We have our funnel, our debubbling stick with our headspace at the end there. Our measuring cup, it's about 1/3 of a measuring cup. We have our filtered water, our magnet for our lids that are simmering in a pot. We have our canner, which we have cold. It has 3 quarts of water in it, and we'll be ready to go. We're going to do all of this cold pack. So the beans will be cold, the water will be cold, everything is going to be cold. Go into the canner cold and all heat up at the same time together. So these beans have been washed, rinsed 3 or 4 times. I've picked out all the bad ones that I could find. There's always some bad ones that you miss, but you just do that as you go along. So they have been rinsed and washed, and we are just going to start filling up our jars. Our jars have been sanitized, and they have all been washed and are ready to go. I'm going to put only 1/3 of a cup of beans because they will expand. I'm going to do a heaping. So I just put that in there and then move on to the next one. I'm going to fill all these up and then I'll be back. All right, welcome back. I have filled all the jars with water, filtered water. We have a whole house filter, so I am just using our water. I'm going to fill these jars. You fill them up to the first line there, 1-inch head space. Give them room to expand. And once again, I'm just using cold water. Everything is cold. The beans are cold. Everything is cold. The water that's in my Presto canner is also cold. We'll bring it all up to temperature together. Gonna tighten those down. Don't crank them down, just tighten them finger tight so that we can get them ready for the canner. Putting all our cans, putting all our jars in the canner. I believe this holds 10. So we're probably going to have to do it in, 10. So we're going to have to do 2 batches, which we'll do those. We're going to turn this on and put our lid on. Remember, we've got 3 quarts of filtered water in there. Now, if you have hard water, in a second, having a moment. There we go. All right, we're going to wait until we got steam coming out of there, and then we're going to put the timer on for 10 minutes. We'll be back. Okay, so we've got a steady stream coming out now. We're going to set the timer for 10 minutes. Okay, we already set our timer. Our timer is up. We're going to go ahead and put our weight on there, 10 pounds of pressure, and we're going to let that start jiggling. And when it starts jiggling, we'll be back. Okay, our jiggler's jiggling, and we are going to set the timer for 75 minutes. So our 75 minutes is up. We've let everything cool and let the pressure come down. Our button is down here. We're going to take our weight off, and we're going to open up the lid, which you always do away from you. You always open the lid away. Put it over here. And we are going to get our beans out. They are, of course, still bubbling. Which they will probably do for a little while. We'll let these cool, and then we'll get the rest of the batch in. But that's basically how you do it. The one thing that I forgot was to debubble, and when I do beans, I don't really wipe the rims because you're just doing it with water, and there was really nothing that could be on there that would keep it from sealing, no animal fat or anything like that. So since it was just water, that part was fine. I should have probably done it, but I forgot. Anyway, they all look beautiful. They are still doing their little bubbling thing, but they will start popping here in a little while. Thanks for joining me today, and come back and see me again.